I might have covered this topic in a few different areas, but I want to make sure I cover it directly. And that topic is, do your kids know you? This might break my promise to stay a little bit surface level, but today we're going to go a little bit deep because it's an important topic, and I was just reminded of it this week, so I want to make sure you're reminded of it as well. Part of when you think of legacy is something I talk about on this podcast quite a bit. If that hasn't come through and you're a long-time listener, please let me know because I have failed in letting that message come through. Part of legacy is realizing that it's not just what you leave behind in the context of wealth, context in buildings, context in kids. It's context in your life. There's a component that I've learned doing work with the veterans is that when we connect with another person, they get to know us a little bit. Our kids get to know us a little bit. And it's in that context where our kids begin to understand who we are. They understand our stories. They understand how those stories shaped us. They understand the 2 to 3 events in our life that have shaped who we are. But here's the big but. If they don't know those things, if they don't have a chance to really truly see who we are, not just who we are every day, not who we see by our work and what they see us going forward in the future, but who have we been in the past? Why is this important, as you might be thinking? Because it's important to understand in your life that there are things that you can't teach your kids when you're gone. That there's no way you can teach your kids everything that you know. You can try. I'm trying my damnedest to try to do that, but there's no way that you can do that. But a superpower within that, actually 2 little superpowers, is 1, by creating really amazing memories, and 2, by giving them a place to talk to you in those memories and having a place where they know and remember, like Dad used to tell me stories about his life here. Those stories will allow them to move through their life. Having those anchor memories, those places to go visit and ask you a question well beyond when you're here. The place to ask that question, what would Dad do? Those are the important topics of today. Those are the important topics that I want you to focus on. Because giving your kids the capacity to understand your story will understand how it can influence their life. And there'll be a story. You may not actually know which one it is, but there will be a story in your life that they remember in their life to the point where it's one that's passed down. Legacy is having your name remembered in your family tree. That you're the guy that did this. You're the guy with that story. You're the guy that did whatever. Making sure that your family knows that. Making sure that they understand who you are. It's an important concept of being a dad. I would say it's down the road a little bit from the context of maybe getting started in your dad journey, but making sure that they understand who you are is an important part. Now, I would also preface that maybe, just maybe, there's a world where your anxiety just triggered in your chest. If you have not started your work to be a better dad, if you have not started to heal any of your dad wounds or any of your parenting wounds essentially, or any wounds in general in your past, that feeling of visibility to your wounds might actually scare the shit out of you. That is a sign that you need to move through some work. That is a sign that to get to this point where you can reveal your life to them, you need to reveal your life to you. That is the invitation that I set before you today. That is the process that I want you to think about. What scares you on the other side of opening this up and letting go? Chew on this. Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. ben@bencloy.com. And as always, there is a button on the upper right-hand corner of bencloy.com for designing your legacy call, where we kind of kick off and dive into some of those, like, who are you? What do you want to leave behind? And what kind of version of you are you going to become to be remembered and worthy of being remembered? Let's highlight that not everything is worthy of being remembered. So being a man that is worthy of being remembered through time. Guys, that is all I have for you today. We'll be back again tomorrow to close out the week. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk then.